Hey guys, welcome to Destination Good Vibes. I'm Leslie.
And I'm Jason.
He's behind the camera today. And today we are cooking in the kitchen. So we're in Arizona. It's 115 out. We can't get to Disneyland today. So we just saw the Haunted Mansion last night, which was amazing. And we're doing a review on that. So make sure you catch that video too. But we decided we were inspired by the whole New Orleans flair and the food and the vibe on that movie, and we were like, let's bring some New Orleans to the kitchen. So we are making the iconic Disneyland Monte Cristo sandwich, and we're going to be pairing that with a really fun drink. It's going to be a mocktail, but you can make it as a cocktail too, but it's called the Madame Leota, and it's going to be really fun and kind of magical, so stick around for that. All right, ingredients. We have 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour. We have baking soda, 1 tablespoon of baking soda, 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt, and then over here I have 1 egg. I already went ahead and beat that up. And then 1 1/3 cups of water. And then you can use just regular white bread, but I am partial to brioche bread, so we've got brioche bread slices, ham, turkey, and Swiss cheese, and then toothpicks that we're gonna need to hold this together when we fry it, and powdered sugar, strawberry jam, or not strawberry, raspberry jam for when we're done. All right, okay, so if you haven't had the Monte Cristo sandwich at Disneyland, it's kind of a cross between a grilled cheese and almost like a French toast. It's a battered and fried sandwich with turkey, ham, cheese inside. And then when it's done, when it's fried, you dust it with powdered sugar, and then you have that raspberry jam on the side. So it's kind of a savory and sweet kind of thing. So we're gonna get started now. First thing we're gonna do is we're going to actually combine the egg and the water. Probably looks really gross on camera. And mix all that up a little bit. It's always a good idea to mix up your wet ingredients and your dry ingredients separately. And then we're gonna put in the baking powder and salt. And we'll go ahead and just make sure that's all evenly dispersed in there. And then we can go ahead, pour this guy right in that one. So this is our batter that we're making. This will be what we dip the sandwiches in. So if you have not had the Monte Cristo, they are found at Cafe Orleans and Blue Bayou. Recently, we were at the Blue Bayou and they were only offering it at lunchtime, which was a bummer because we were there at dinner time, so I didn't get it. But they do usually offer it at both of those places if you are eating in the park. So that is now nice and mixed up. If you look, got a nice little egg batter there. So next step is going to start to assemble. So we've got 2 pieces. We're gonna do 2 slices on the bread. I'm gonna do the cheese on the outside, 2 slices of ham, and you wanna try to get it kinda as much as you can distributed on there so it's not all falling out. And then 2 slices, or if you're me, 1 giant long slice folded in half of the turkey. And then the Swiss cheese goes on top. Put that together, and then we're gonna actually cut them in half before we batter them, because that way it is all battered and a little bit easier to keep them together. So you're gonna use your toothpicks, get in there, kind of at an angle so that you can hold it all together. Now, the tricky part is going to be to get these in here without them falling apart. All right, so we're going to use the tongs here to just kind of, you can see that. I'm dipping it in one side. The batter's pretty thick too, and you do want it to get all over everything. So I'm gonna kind of spoon it over. This is scary. I hope it doesn't just fall apart when I pull it out. And then get in there. Yeah, pretty good. So we'll put that down. We're gonna do the same thing with the other half. And it's probably easiest if you do this in batches as you go instead of trying to do it all at one time, because as you see, that batter is gonna start falling off pretty quick. So if you guys like this segment that we're doing today with the copycat foods, this is something like, we just like to make the Disney copycat foods all the time at home. We try different recipes all the time. And we thought it would be fun to show you guys. So if you are enjoying this, let us know. If there's any recipes you'd like to see us try, let us know in the comments, because we're definitely totally open for ideas. And also, oh no, it fell apart. Let us know what you thought of the movie, the Haunted Mansion movie, because I've heard kind of some mixed opinions on it, but man, we loved it. All right, we are just about ready to fry. I've got the skillet behind me filled with some vegetable oil. Gonna get that hot and ready, and then we're gonna fry these up and cross our fingers that they don't fall apart. All right, the oil is heated up, about medium-high heat, and then we've got the sandwiches that we dipped in our batter. I do not recommend dipping them ahead of time and putting them back on these plates, because it's gonna be really hard to get off. So when you guys are doing it, batter right into the oil. But we are ready to go ahead and try this. Let's see how we do. Oh yeah. There we go. You want to make sure it's hot enough that everything's not going to absorb the oil when you put it in, but not too hot that obviously you don't want it to get too toasty too fast. Okay, so we've been frying these for a couple minutes now, flipped them over. You want them to be golden brown on both sides, but we're going to put these on a plate with a few paper towels so that the oil can drain off, because nobody wants an oily sandwich. But got it right over here. There we go. All right, so we've got our sandwiches here on some plates. I let them kind of rest, if you will, on some paper towels before I put them on the plates, just to drain off any excess oil. Don't forget to remove the toothpicks that you put in there. They are a little tricky to find, so make sure you get those out, or at least warn the people that are eating them before they do. So we're going to take a little bit of powdered sugar and drizzle that on there, sprinkle it on. I do this and it makes me think of beignets, and then now I want a beignet too. That's all right. So a little bit of powdered sugar. You don't need a ton of that on there. And then we have the raspberry jam. I went ahead and put it in this little ramekin. You can make like your own raspberry sauce with raspberries, cornstarch, water, sugar. Just put it on the stove. But we took the lazy route and bought jam, so it works just the same. So few pro tips now that I'm a pro with this. The first one was kind of like the first pancake you make. Nobody wants it. It was a little oily. Took me a minute to kind of get the hang of it. And I definitely had too much batter on that first one. So keep your batter light. It really helps to spoon the batter over the bread when it's in the bowl with the batter, and then pop it into the pan right away. Don't put it down, because when you try to pick it up, it just is a mess. Medium heat seemed to do pretty well. When it was medium high, it was getting a little too aggressive. So about medium heat, just make sure that it's turning golden brown pretty quickly. These only took about 3 to 4 minutes tops on the stove. So not a lot of time needed for making them. All right, well, Jason, you ready to try it?
Yeah, I am.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and give you that one.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, I'm gonna cut mine in half. Hope that I got the toothpicks out of it. So if you look, oh yeah, stringy Swiss cheese. We've got the ham, we've got the turkey. It looks really good. Now, if you are not into savory, sweet kind of things, you can always leave off the raspberry jam, but I love this kind of stuff, so. And dip it. You can also use a knife to like spread it on. It can be easier that way. That is good. All right, so I haven't forgotten about our mocktails that we're gonna make. So we're calling this the Madame Leota, and it's going to be super delicious, super fun. We're making it have a little special effect. So I think I'm ready for a drink. All right, we had our Monte Cristos and now we need some drinks. So we are going to make the Madame Leota Mocktail. The idea here is to recreate the crystal ball in our glass. So what we are going to use is lemon lime soda, grape juice, obviously the dark Concord grapes, not white grape juice. We've got icing, vanilla icing, and I've swirled that on the plate to make it so it's very thin for what we're gonna use it for. And then some fun teal colored sparkly crystal sugar. And my favorite part, edible glitter. So make sure you get the edible glitter that is made for drinks. Don't use like the shimmer dusting powder that you can get at some of the craft stores. We tried that when we were experimenting with this, and it just floats at the top and makes a film. Nobody's gonna wanna drink that. So make sure you get the edible glitter. We are using prism powder, and we got this just on Amazon. So edible glitter for drinks. All right, first step is going to be to rim the glass. So I'm just gonna take it on here. You don't need too much. There we go. Got a little much on that one side. Kind of want to just make sure it's all sticking to the glass. And then we're gonna go ahead and put that in the sugar. So we're just creating a nice little rim right across the top. Perfect. Okay. So next we are going to use the lemon lime soda, and the ratio is mostly soda to a little bit of the grape juice because you don't want it to get too dark. So pouring that in. I have another one right here. Add a little more. There we go. And then we will take the grape juice and we're just gonna really give it just kind of a splash of color there. Now, it is a little more red than purple. I don't know how it looks on video, but we were going for purple. Okay, now we're gonna add the glitter. And it's really probably about maybe a 1/4 teaspoon that you're gonna put in there. And then this is the cool part. Look at how cool that is. All right, look at that. So that's our Madame Leota. If you wanted to make this a cocktail, you could also add a shot of vodka to this, but we're keeping it family friendly on this one. So cheers, and I hope that you have enjoyed this segment with us. If you liked the Disney copycat food segment that we're doing here, let us know so that we can make more of them. If there's something you want us to do and make, tell us in the comments. We're happy to take your suggestions. And thank you so much for watching. Keep getting those good vibes. Remember to like and subscribe. See you later. Cheers.